Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are doing the February reading wrap up. This is a little bit late. I think it's like the 10th of March today, but it's fine. My last video I did my March TBR, so of course we have to do the February reading wrap up. I want to say first of all that if you watched my February TBR, you will know that I said I was going to try and read 20 books this month. I'm sure you're probably not that surprised. I did not read 20 books this month. I read 6, which is still good, but I was very ambitious with that goal. But let's talk about those 6 books. I've kind of fixed my camera angle now. I don't know, we'll see. But starting off, the first book that I read in February was Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerri Maniscalco. I should probably say the first book that I finished in February because I actually started this at the very beginning of the year, in like the 6th of January. And I read like 100 pages and then I soft DNF'd it and didn't pick it up again. And then randomly at the beginning of February I was like, you know what, I feel like reading this. So I picked it up and I read it in like a day. This book was interesting. I'm pretty sure I have this in a vlog. No, actually no, I don't think I do have this in a vlog. I think I started it in a vlog though. Anyway, I gave this book 3.5 stars. It was very entertaining and I did enjoy reading it. However, I do have some issues with this book. My first problem, I guess, was the main character. I didn't really like her. In some bits I did. I will say in some parts of this book she was a very cool main character, I guess, but she was a bit annoying and I didn't love her as a main character. Also, this book is a fantasy / dark academia book. The world building was very just like all over the place. Half the time I had no idea what was going on in the plot, but it's fine. However, I will say that the main guy character, who I can't remember his name, Wrath, I liked him. He was very good, like book boyfriend, and the romance was quite entertaining. But yeah, it was pretty short and I do plan on continuing the series because I have bought the second one and I also want to read the companion series, which I've forgotten the name of, but I do want to read those, so I will be continuing this. However, this was not my favourite of Kerri Maniscalco's writing. I also just realised I didn't give you a synopsis for this. This book follows our main character Amelia, and she has a twin sister called Victoria, except one night Victoria is murdered and so she teams up with this guy who is like a prince of the underworld, I think. I can't really remember. And they team up to solve the murder of her twin sister. So there you go. I would recommend if you're in the mood for a fun little fantasy read, but personally don't expect too much world building from it. Moving on, we went straight from a very dark, spooky fantasy book to The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. This book centres around our main character, Emily, I think, and she is essentially reliving the worst Valentine's Day ever, over and over again. I read this just before Valentine's. It was a very cute read and I did enjoy it. However, this one as well I gave 3.5 stars because I didn't love the main character. Even though I related to her in some ways and I like really enjoyed some parts of her character, I also found her kind of annoying. It just wasn't my favourite of Lynn Painter's books, sadly. However, the Valentine's Day vibes were very cute and I definitely would recommend reading this around Valentine's Day. I mean, you could read it not at Valentine's Day, but it was very fun to read it in February. So I did enjoy this one, just wasn't my favourite. Next up, I'm trying to remember if I did put this in a vlog, but again, I don't think I did. We have Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I did read this one in a 24-hour readathon, but then I think I decided not to post that video, so yeah. I gave this book 4.5 stars. However, thinking on it now, I think I'm going to lower it to 4 stars or 4.25. I don't know. Between that though. This book follows our main character Iris, and she is competing with her rival called Roman to get this position at their local newspaper, and her brother has gone away and to fight in this war between these two like gods, I think, and so she's writing letters to him, but they never go to him. They instead go to her rival, and yeah, it's a rivals to lovers story in case you didn't gather that. It is definitely a very emotional book. think is probably a good way to describe it. The writing in this book is very descriptive, it's very beautiful, it's really well written in most ways. The relationship in this book is so cute, and just the romance is top tier. I enjoyed our main characters, they were very cute, and I loved Iris as the main character. My one issue with this book is the fantasy element was just not really present. The world building wasn't great. It was okay, it just wasn't amazing. I will say it was quite an atmospheric book. Well, I personally found it very atmospheric. Just the like, I didn't really understand like this war that's going on. And also this book is described as being really heartbreaking, and I will admit at the end of the book I wasn't heartbroken. Like, I don't know, I didn't really care that much. Well, I did care, but I wasn't like really sad or really like shocked by the ending, I guess. However, that's probably more a personal thing than anything to do with the actual book itself. However, I would recommend this. It was very fun. I cannot wait to read the sequel, although I've heard that that one is like the opposite to this, and it's like very fantasy and not very romance, but it's fine. Anyway, I did enjoy this one, and just a moment for the cover please, because it's gorgeous. Okay, the fourth book that I read this month was The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels by India Holton. This is the first book in the Dangerous Damsel series. I have already read the second one because they are like companion novels, and I did not realise that it was a series, so I'd already read the second one before I read this one. But I really enjoyed this book. I gave this a 4 stars. If you don't know, this follows Cecilia and Ned. Cecilia is a pirate in the Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels, and Ned is also a pirate, but also an assassin that has been sent to kill Cecilia. These books are always so fun and witty and just like a little bit ridiculous. The banter as well between the two main characters was so good, and I loved this book. I highly recommend you go and read some of India Holton's books because they're so good, and I think she has a new book in like July, so I'm very excited to read that. Moving on, I do have reading vlogs for the next 2 books I'm going to talk about, so I won't talk about them too much. Firstly, we have These Infinite Threads by Tara Maffey. This is the sequel to This Woven Kingdom. This Woven Kingdom is a fantasy series that bases off of Persian mythology. It's very entertaining. There's dragons, there's romance, there's enemies to lovers. It's top tier, and I highly recommend you read the series. For this book specifically, I gave this a 4.5 stars. I think this is my favourite book of the month. And I love this one. The relationships really develop in this book. This is the Waterstones edition, and it's so pretty. I love it. I will say though that this does introduce a trope which I'm not the biggest fan of. However, in this book it was done quite well, so it wasn't too bad. And yeah, I think we really got a lot of like a plot. The plot really expanded in this book, if that makes sense. So I really enjoyed this one, highly recommend. And then the last book that I read in February was All This Twisted Glory by Tara Maffey. This is the 3rd book in the This Woven Kingdom series. I will be honest, I can't really remember what happens in which book because I read them straight after each other, so that's why I'm being quite vague. But this book was really good. I gave this one 4 stars. I will say this was maybe my least favourite of the series. I don't know, because I can't really remember This Woven Kingdom that much. But we did get another character's POV in this book, and I loved that POV. It was so fun. Again, the plot was amazing. The found family as well was really starting to... Found family? I don't know. It was really starting to get interesting, and I loved the ending of this book. The ending was so good and just so entertaining. So yeah, if you have not read this series yet, go start it, or wait till they've all come out. I think there's gonna be 5 books, so I have to wait a whole year for book 4, but it's fine because also the covers, like, are stunning. Okay, so that is all of the books that I read in February. They were all pretty good. No 5-star reads though, sadly, but maybe in March. I do also want to say that I did start Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. However, I have kind of stopped DNF that. I do definitely plan on going back to it. I'm just like not, I guess, like not really in the mood for it right now. But I did read like 100 pages of that this month as well. Okay, that is everything that I read in February. I hope you have enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!